Hey guys, welcome back to the Stuff Stage at CES 2016. I'm lucky enough to be joined by Cédric, who is the co-founder and CEO of Withings. Cédric, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for welcoming me.
How's your CES going so far?
Busy,
right.
and it's a very exciting year for us because we've been unveiling two brand new products. So we've got a busy year, and that's turned into a busy CES. Which is good for us.
If you're here in Vegas, please come and join us on the stage and have a seat, and you can grab a copy of the magazine as well. Just tell us a little bit, Cédric, about these sensors. So these are new and announced for CES, and we've got your phone with the app kind of running through our Apple TV. Yep. So just show us how they work.
Yeah, so Withings been developing a range of connected health sensors, including a range of trackers. So we introduced Go, which is our latest baby in this range of trackers, which display the e-ink, e-paper always on display. We want it to be the most convenient activity trackers.
Hold it up so we can get a glance at it.
I'm wearing it here, with a black background. I can turn it in a white background. So it's very convenient activity trackers that track my progress up to my activity goals.
Sure.
But it gets all the intelligence that we've developed now for years in all of our range. So it does recognize automatically the activity I'm into. And I think slightly different from a lot of trackers, I never have to set a mode. It recognizes whether I'm walking, running, swimming, as it is waterproof. You can swim safely with it, and sleeping. All this data makes it into our, through Bluetooth smart, into the Withings HealthMate app, where I get, all the coaching, the encouragement, the team, team efforts.
Sure.
So it's really very convenient, simple to use. When I say no maintenance, you never have to think about recharging this device.
Right.
It's run on a coin battery for up to 8 months.
Okay.
So never think about recharging, about syncing, as it will sync automatically.
Are we able to get AirPlay on us again? I think it's just.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, don't worry. Just so we can see it on the screen and see what it looks like.
Should be
cool. Yeah, so it's on the screen behind us, but
so you obviously see my day in terms of my activity, but it's recognized. It has recognized my walking session. I can admit I did not run neither swim this morning.
Still getting a lot of steps in though. I imagine.
I had a short sleep. It's jet lag. All that is get from the trackers that you can wear it your way. So obviously it comes with some wristband accessory, but with some clip that you can use as a belt clip, but also as a keyring accessory.
Right, okay.
I think it's very convenient, and we introduce it at half the price of our range, typical range of device, as it will go for $69 USD, starting in end of March in our typical channel.
So it's $69, launching in March, and the idea behind it really is just to make it as simple as possible for people to use and track their activity, basically.
Exactly, and we target also, first-time user of an activity trackers that don't want a guide to learn how to use it or how to read time on it. I didn't mention it, but it's a button. I just press it, and it displays time with plain old analog, face with hands.
Right.
So you won't have to learn about reading times or reading data on these devices. And again, you get all the sophisticated services in the app as any of our other devices.
Was that the feedback that Withings was getting, Cédric? Was it that fitness trackers were maybe a bit too intimidating for a lot of people?
Yes, and requesting too many maintenance as well. Recharge every other days, set a mode, have to tell that you are into running, into swimming, and we wanted really our user to get rid of all these constraints. And we think it's also to enlarge the audience of this type of device.
Right.
The form factor is very important. So it comes in different colors. It's a very cute, small formats that is also appealing for women who not always want to wear it on their wrist, but can have it clip on their belt or again as a keyring.
And so you're saying it lasts for 8 months. You don't have to kind of worry about recharging this thing.
Yeah.
It's
just change the battery as a normal watch.
Right. Okay. And so, but it uses Bluetooth to sync to your phone, I imagine.
So Bluetooth smart, so low energy. So it's really a bunch of very low powered technology. The e-ink, e-paper, screen, and this Bluetooth smart. So make it possible again not to have to recharge it in any way.
And just for people that haven't seen it before, just you kind of run us through a little bit of the app. But you've got the sleep page up on here as well, so it monitors your sleep patterns as well.
Yeah, so it's monitor the sleep patterns, number of wake up, and the phase I've been into.
Right.
And I get a lot of insights. Weekly report, monthly report. I get some encouragement. You see, I've been told by other teams about, and it's very surprising because I figure that this week we are quite active. So I don't know what they are doing back in Paris, but they seem to be quite active and proud about it. But it's all the services, counseling you do. This app is really getting all the data from our scale, blood pressure monitor, activity and sleep trackers, but also a lot of gamification, a lot of coaching and insights that we think that is a very big part of what we propose with our trackers.
Good stuff. So that's your new tracker. That's out in March, and that's $69.
It is.
Tell us about the device that you've got to your right there. This is the thermal.
Yeah, so it's thermo. So as you can guess, it's a body thermometers. We wanted to reinvent this device, same way we did with our scale. We wanted to make the coolest thermo, a medical thermo for the family, and even before being connected. So I'm just showing it to you right now. So not many buttons, just one button. Press it. It's ready. I put it on my temple. It detects. It vibrates twice. I know it took a measurement. 98.2. I'm fine. I can, just swipe to assign the measurement.
Right.
And what we did is that we innovate in the sensor. So we call it the hotspot sensor. This digital thermo lack, public confidence because not they are inaccurate, but they are not that obvious to use. You are never sure if you do it the right way.
Right.
So we wanted at the same time to simplify the motion, the gesture you have to do. And here it's only once. Press, click, put it on your temple. I never have to scan because our technology enabled to track for the hot spot, your heart area, and make a very accurate measurement.
Right.
But yet, in 2 seconds, we measure 4,000 times from an array of 16 sensors. So it's a very accurate measurement. It's a sensor that's never been used for this type of device.
Right.
That make it, I think, the best, the coolest body thermo that you have at home. But we're waiting, so it's at the same time it's a device that's connected.
Right.
Because we think that we can add much value by having this data synchronized. So it gets Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So all this in a tiny device. It's synchronized again with no effort. You don't have to think about having your phone next to you. It will go over Wi-Fi at home.
Right.
If you're on travel like I am today, it will go directly to my iPhone. I don't have to, first launch the app. It gets a notification. I'm just launching it. Can you see it? So you can see here, it's a multi-family member application. I receive here all my latest temperature reading.
Right.
But here it gets interesting. I can add symptoms and medicine I've been taking. So let me add some symptoms, some chills, cough. So, I can really have a full, monitoring of these fever events.
Right.
Set some reminders for medication, but also for another readings in a couple of hours. So really, helping in this moment that can be a bit chaotic for parents of young kids, stressful. Sure. Again, it's absolutely in no way adding complexity in taking the measurements. You don't have to hold your phone, next to your baby while you're taking the measurement. Simple, very gentle type of measurement, accurate.
Right.
But then some help, in making some orders in tracking the fever of your kids. In the long term, you get, a whole, monitoring on the long term. So you see the calendar, and it also brings some rationality in how often sick is your kids, and you can show it to your doctor, and it's getting away from the anxiety of my kids is always sick or not have the right vision of it. But we think that the entry point of all this health monitoring has to be super simple, and it's just temperature reading, and then afterwards you can add all this these features to again in a less anxious way track the health of your kids.
So you can take that to your doctor, your healthcare professional.
Exactly. Doctor partners, imagine your kid is at a babysitter, she takes a reading or he takes a reading, and you get it directly on your phone. So you can, get a bit more relieved and know exactly what's happening.
Sure. Or relatives if they're remote. Living remotely, I guess.
Exactly.
So I think you showed it briefly, but you were swiping up for different members of your
let me show it.
of your
So,
family.
it's just press one, it's ready. It gives me all the time I need. It detects that it's on my temple. I detect that it takes a measurement because it vibrates twice.
Right.
So I know it. And here, I'm just swiping very gently to assign the measurement to the right family member. So it's really a truly family product.
Right.
And it fits, I think, well, right in our range. Again, Withings is doing connected health sensors. We're not a fitness tracker company, but we believe we can reinvent some of our daily life devices that all capture, some data about our health and help us in a new way with an app, but never at the cost of the simplicity.
Sure. Should I'm really into kind of my fitness technology and generally just tracking my life. Should I be investing in a temperature monitor just to kind of have around the house, or is it really for those occasions when
it's good to have the baseline. I mean, we do not all have the same baseline temperature. It's good to know it.
Right.
We do not advertise to take any a temperature reading every other day.
Right.
In fact, it's quite the opposite. To have this calendar view I showed you that can also warn you that you might be a bit too stressed about it. So it might be good also to have a look at this and say, okay, if you take a reading any other day that's all green, maybe you should lower a bit this frequency. And we all know parents in situation where it strikes something.
Like overly concerned parents.
Yeah.
When is the temperature tracker out? And
so
how much will it cost?
It's a medical device, so it has to go through a FDA clearance.
Right.
We're in the process right now. It will be available at the end of March, and it will retail for $99.
Right. Okay. And it'll be available worldwide as well.
Yes, it's a worldwide launch. Again, it's a medical device, so the exact process, depend on the region, but we are into a worldwide general availability end of March.
So these new products are here at CES. You're here. You've got a booth.
Yep.
Can you give us a hint as to what else Withings is working on in the future? Where are you?
No, but I should mention this got 2 innovation awards, so we've been very proud to be spotted on this device. I mean, not precisely, but in general term, we are really keep on focusing on this range of connected health devices. So consumer device with great user experience, great design that you want to have and use on the long term. That's very important part of the story. All that does not matter if you use it on a short period of time. So you have to want to have the device, use it on the long term, and then get all the benefits on this, new insights you can get by correlating, having this full dashboard about your health.
Where can people find out more, Cédric, about Withings products?
So obviously withings.com is the right place to go. You can subscribe to specific notification about these 2 new products. So there is keep me informed address, so to be the first to be able to pre-order these devices when they come out.
And have you had a chance to look around the show this year, or have you seen anything that's kind of
We've
got
been
you
quite
excited?
busy. I plan to in the next days, but I think this health and fitness area is, I think, the hottest trend we see, because I see that it's very unique to have this convergence between consumer tech that become more and more relevant for our personal health, but more and more for healthcare.
Cédric, thanks very much for your time. You can find out, as Cédric said, more about these products on Withings.com. We'll be back on the stage in about 10 minutes, but you can find out more about Withings and many more interesting products over at stuff.tv.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cédric.